So here we go, game one in this best of 5. So you'll take game 1 here. Start the best of 5 off hot. Then they ended up losing that series to Vici at ESL. But throughout those games, you know, I've watched Old 11, and I feel like there were times where he really felt like he was just getting too far ahead of himself or really finding himself out of position. And it ultimately became a hindrance to the team, but not enough where it was holding them back from any of those wins. Now they'll come through mid once again. DY sitting invis. He's got Frost Shield as well as the Frost Blast. Frost Blast gets used as well as the Frost Shield. And, well, they'll get the kill there onto Somnus. They also find the Impale onto X-Nova. They've got 3 heroes here for the side of Vici. No other rotations coming in from LGD to really help this one out. As over mid, Somnus being harassed up by Ori for the moment with the Spirit Siphon and the right clicks coming through. Sleight of Fist from Somnus and then backs away. FY grabs the outpost. Meanwhile, Chalice gets himself another kill here on a DY, but they pop the Exorcism. They get the kill on a Chalice. They look for more. X-Nova on the run will TP out successfully. It's a 3-time spree going the way of Ori. He sits 3rd on the net worth for the cores on his team, with just 4,200 net worth compared to Chalice towards the top 4,800. But it's the Naga Siren that's ahead, and the Naga Siren who's really pulling forward. And this could be a big problem here for LGD if they allow this farm to continue to really proceed as it has. PYW goes down here towards mid. Chalice gets a kill on Ori. Yang may be turning this into a kill on X-Nova with the Chakram, but the slow is out. Doesn't matter. Timber Chain hits. X-Nova is dead. And it ends up being a 2-for-1 favoring LGD. Meanwhile, Yang continue to pressure the tier 1 tower over mid. They've got the stun out on a Somnus as well as the Exorcism getting used. The Somnus can leave from this, and the Exorcism doesn't turn into much. That could be a big problem here for Vici. They at least go for X-Nova. They'll get the kill. They look for FY. They've traded PYW, but FY on the run with the win run. They'll commit the song for the 4-position win runner, and they will get the kill, but that's a big ult for a 4-position. Old 11 looking for the proper positioning, maybe to get into a black hole here, knowing that there's no more song. And let's see how maybe LGD respond to the pressure coming in from Vici. They have some TPs coming forward from X-Nova. Chakram comes across. LGD continue to move forward, looking for a shackle to land. It doesn't latch to a tree. And Meow, they need to leave. I'll have this ready to go, and now you need to figure out where your answers are going to be here from LGD. Old 11, is he still going into the BKB? Yeah, he's actually got the BKB. He wants the Blink Dagger next. He pops the BKB. Now what can he get out of this? Chain Frost gets thrown his way. The BKB duration is just about over. So the 10-second BKB ultimately gets wasted. But, well, they get the kill on the PYW. They lose Old 11. It looks like they'll lose X-Nova too. This is sloppy all over the place. Waiting on some creeps, and a couple of heroes backed off the pressure coming towards the bottom lane. So Somnus, Ori here, Spike Carapace with the Impale. They've got the Silence. Do they have the damage? Sinister Gaze locks him up, and Yang gets the kill with the Chakram. Somnus a little greedy in that spot by himself, and he ends up paying dearly for it. Meanwhile, they'll continue forward looking for Old 11. He's silenced up. He pops the BKB again, but this is another situation where he can't go and turn for a black hole. BKB about to run out in just a moment. Eurus comes over. Malefice is out, but they've got the Euls out onto this Enigma, and they get Old 11 again. These fights just not going nearly as well as LGD are hoping for, as X-Nova running away, but the silence comes in. Can they stop the TP? DY, no Sinister Gaze, as it was on cooldown. Still trying to find the right positioning to drop down a black hole, and it might not come until he's got himself that Blink Dagger. PYW moving in. BKB is popped. Two-man black hole comes through. There's the Remnant forward. They get the kill into PYW. Can they also get Yang? Searing Chains is out, but he pops the Guardian Greaves. It won't matter with a Demonic Purge on him and the damage coming in from Chalice. They take a 1-2 punch to the gut, and now they're looking for more. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains locks into the Chain Frost bouncing around, and it's not a lot of damage, but with the Exorcism, they might even continue to turn this. BKB was popped by Ori as Chalice throws out the Requiem. He has to go invis with the Shadow Blade as he starts to run with the rest of LGD. Yule's coming through from Ori on the FY. The chase is on, the kill is there, and now they've got X-Nova in a little bit of trouble as they've got the silence on him. He needs to try and turn tail. He goes towards the neutral camp. The Ensnare is there. The Illusions, with the help of Ori's Crypt Swarm, now they've got this Blink Dagger ready for Enigma, but he doesn't have the Black Hole for 70 seconds. The Remnant forward looking for the Searing Chains. They might be able to get the kill into PYW, who's running away with the Frost Shield on him, taking a lot of these shots and turning the attention of Somnus over on the high ground, split it from the rest of his team as Eurus gets the kill into X-Nova, now looking over at Old 11. There's the song on the 2. Now are Vici the ones who are looking to fight off this. Yang with the Chakram right on Chalice. They've also got the Silence. He's got the BKB to work with. He's also got that Silver Edge up in just a second more. They want to be able to break Yang here, and that's exactly what they'll do. So no longer have the reactive armor. They've got the Shackle Shot that connects to an illusion behind him, but he's able to survive. Timber Chains away. No, he can't. The last shot comes in from FY. They've got the Malefits coming through on Eurus. He's trying to run. Old 11 with the right-click damage with the help of the Necro Creeps. Is it enough? Oh, Manta to survive a little bit longer. Shackle hits onto the tree by the Roche Pit. They'll take out the Aegis. Now they need to continue forward, but Ori, he's waiting inside the Roche Pit. He doesn't have Exorcism to play with and really doesn't have many tools to save the life of this Naga Siren, and they will lose Eurus once again. 6 times killing spree going the way of Chalice. So onto the point booster for this Ags. They work their way through the jungle, but they're not going to find anybody. Across mid, and let's see if LGD can take an advantageous fight. They're still down 3,000 net worth. They'll find Eurus, and he had the Silver Edge. Manta comes out from the Naga, but the Remnant forward. Searing Chains, BKB, there's the song. Can Eurus leave successfully? The right-click damage coming through. Here comes Yang, and now there's song for just a moment. They get the Requiem out, hits on a bunch of these heroes, fears them up. They've got the Shackle out onto the Timber Saw, and now LGD deciding that they might just need to leave. Power Shot comes through, and I say that Sleight of Fist hits on a DY. They'll get the kill there, and maybe they'll look for more. They've got the Remnant over on Ori. The Searing Chains hits on a 2. They've got the Black Hole to follow it up. They get the kill on Ori. Now they look over at Yang. Make it 3, and a double kill for Chalice. Backed up for a second. Just wanted to reposition. They went back in with the Ags now here on Ember. Throws a Remnant forward. They get the BKB as well as the Black Hole down from Old 11 on 2 heroes. Instead goes another direction into the Octarine Core. Yule is being picked up for the Nyx Assassin next after finishing off the Meteor Hammer. Take a look at Chalice, who went to the Daedalus and now going into the Satanic. FY had that Maelstrom, now BKB. And FY feeling pretty good. I mean, level 20, Shackle Shot duration and everything coming up. BKB's popped by Old 11. Now he's trying to turn and run. Remnant's over. Old 11 doesn't survive, but they've got the Sleight of Fist as well as the Searing Chain coming out onto the Nyx Assassin as well as the Timber Saw. They'll shackle up the Nyx. LGD on the run. Eurus moving forward. He does have Song to work with, but he's not catching up to these heroes and won't be effective if he were to start singing. LGD coming over. If they could just extend how long this Roche is going to take for 35 seconds, and I know that's asking for a lot. So the Unpulse comes through. They've got the Silence as well as the Sinister Gaze out on FY. Will pop the BKB. Now they're looking over at Ori. Chalice doing a lot of damage. The Lotus Orb is out onto the Death Prophet, who popped the BKB. They look for the Requiem. They get the kill on Ori. And now they've got the Song. That stops the Requiem from flying in. Vici, Meteor Hammer coming through. There's the Remnant forward, but it's not going to save the life of Chalice. Now they've got the Yules out onto this Nyx Assassin, but oh boy, this is a big problem here for LGD. The Shackle comes out from FY. That's not going to save the life of this Somnus Ember, and back into the Roche Pit they go. So Aegis, Cheese, and Spike Carapace. Uh-oh. FY. Oh boy. Sinister Gaze, Meteor Hammer, slams on him. And Vici grabbed the Aegis and Cheese. They've got the Basher now picked up by Naga Siren. 5,000 net worth lead in LGD. They haven't broken just yet. They've come back from higher deficits. Abyssal comes out on X-Nova. He'll disrupt himself, surviving for a little bit longer, but only extends the inevitable. Meanwhile, they get the kill on the DY, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. Eurus moving forward with the ensnare. He's also got the double damage. Song is at the ready. So now, how much are they looking to commit on this? Chalice now moving in with the BKB. Right-click damage is pretty heavy here onto Yang. Requiem hits, but he can't get the kill. The Remnant forward short of Yang now into the Song. Exorcism is outside of Fist. Searing Chains comes through onto the Nyx Assassin, but he's got the Meteor Hammer hitting down on to Somnus. They get the kill onto the Ember. He's dead for 94 seconds with buyback. They finally take out Yang. It's a 2-for-2. But that is a little bit of imperfect calculations coming in from LGD as FY with the BKB will TP out. Chalice now trying to run. Yeah, right. PYW under your nose. Meteor Hammer coming through, but the BKB is popped by Chalice once again. However, the rest of the team is here to get the kill. 100 seconds with buyback now for Chalice. So the extra Eidolons coming in for the level 25. Extra Eidolon damage as well. So maybe Old 11 can defend, or even if given the opportunity, can push with the extra Eidolons. BKB is popped by FY. Now they'll turn this around. The BKB comes out from Old 11 as well as Chalice. They've got the Black Hole out on a Yang. They'll get the kill on the DY, so they took out 2 with that Black Hole. The Remnant forward, they've got themselves the Disruption. LGD starting to turn this, and now Eurus needs to try and fight this back. Requiem comes through. That'll fear back Eurus as the Song comes out and songs up a couple of these heroes on the side of LGD. They've lost themselves X-Nova, and now the Remnants continue on forward. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains locks down this Naga Siren. The right quick damage coming out from this Chalice Shadow Fiend might be enough. But they've got the silence coming through from Ori onto this Ember, and now Ember's the one in trouble with the Exorcism right on top of him. The damage coming out from Chalice isn't going to be enough onto the Darth Prophet, and now we take a look over at PYW, gets the stun on to FY. They bought back on the Shadow Demon X-Nova, trying to help out where he can. Spirit Siphon out on FY, as well as the Shivas that slow him down. Finally gets the Disruption and holds the Death Prophet back where the Exorcism will finally end. But the ensnare comes out from Eurus, and now Shackle not going to be enough. Cleaned up easily. FY dead. So is Somnus, both without buyback. And it's an 11,000 net worth lead for Vici. Use the Spike Carapace on the Midnight Pulse. Meteor Hammer comes through to get the range rack. So now LGD trying to defend. Got 8 seconds until they have the Ember up. 16 until the Windrunner is here. Silence hits on the Chalice, and Old 11 again looking for that opportunity. They are setting up near each other, and now there's the Blink as well as the Black Hole on a 3. This is the opportunity they were looking for. They've got themselves the Remnants going forward. PYW is going to be the only one who dies. They've got the Song. Can they survive through it? No, he can't. Eurus is dead with 99 seconds on the sideline with buyback. Now they look over at Ori with the Remnant coming forward. Ori now hit with the Searing Chains, but the BKB trying to TP out. Can they stop it? No, they cannot. So Vici, they lose Eurus, they lose PYW. Sinister Gaze comes out, as well as the Chain Frost bouncing around from DY, but that's just a defensive one. Now we take a look over at bottom as now Exorcism comes through, Somnus backs off. Exorcism committed to this. They'll find the Yules out onto the Shadow Fiend. Chalice it with the silence, but the Hex comes through onto the Death Prophet. They've got the Remnant forward, but they won't jump to it just yet. The stun hits. Oh boy, Chalice in trouble. He's down low, needs to run. BKB's popped by FY. There's the Black Hole on the 3. It's the Requiem in death here. FY trying to do enough damage out from the side of LGD. They get the kill on Old 11. It won't be enough. Chalice dead for 93 seconds as the Song comes through. They'll get the Meteor Hammer down on FY. No, they won't. He's got the Wind Run to sidestep, and it doesn't matter. They'll get the stun. They'll get the kill. They'll buy back on Old 11. Now they got to get Somnus out of this as he Remnants back and forth and away. The BKB, can he get out of harm's way? Yes, he can. He finds himself far, but not far enough. Yang with the kill on a Somnus. 98 seconds with buyback. And problematic once again for LGD. Wish that didn't jump. He's 150 gold short of the buyback. Bounty runes are available in a couple seconds. They'd love to grab one. Silence comes out, as well as the Chakram with the Timber Chain coming from Yang. He's got that extra extension on it, thanks to the fact that he's got that level 25 talent. Meteor Hammer drops down on the tier 3, as well as the illusions hitting away with Ori. They'll get the tier 3 tower gone. Chalice not up for another 30 seconds. They've got the Shackle out. Stuns up Yang for just a moment. The BKB's been popped by FY. They've got the Demonic Purge on him as well, but he's Timber Chains to the only tree right by the bottom of the steps. Now FY without the BKB. They pop the Lincolns on Old 11. The Chain Frost comes out on a couple of these creeps. Chakum whirling away on FY. They'll get the kill. He's dead for 2 minutes. No buyback. He bought back initially on this. They pop the Lincolns once again onto Old 11, who pops the BKB, now turns over towards DY, but that's not where you want to use that black hole. So he's now no longer with a BKB, and they're looking to defend. Remnants come over, the buyback comes out from this Lich. Now with the BKBs through the song, they'll try to survive. They've got the Requiem. They don't get the kill yet on a PYW, but finally with one more right click, they finally will. Timber Chain, that doesn't get him down to the low ground. That actually hits a tree that's on the high ground. Yang still far enough away. Old 11 looking for an opportunity here to get a black hole down onto Vici. Now they'll try to defend the tier 4s. Old 11 needs to find the perfect positioning, and it's really about Vici trying to stay split up. They're up 21,000 net worth. Now they've got Searing Chains coming out onto Illusions. Exorcism committed with a repair kit placed on one of these tier 4s. They'll get at least the left one. PYW back into the Ags form, and now they've got themselves the black hole out onto Ori. They'll get the kill there, but they've also lost X-Nova. The buyback on the Death Prophet. Now they look over. As burrowed into the ground is the Nyx, who just bought back. But he's got the Aegis. Got the refresher to get that exorcism out once again. The song comes through, so that'll stun up all these heroes on the side of LGD. They get the kill on Old 11. He's gone for 2 minutes without buyback. They get PYW out of the fight. He's gone for 2 minutes as well. But now they've got the kill on the Chalice. He finally has buyback for this one. FY goes down. He's got no buyback. Down for 100. Now it's just Somnus and Chalice who try to do something with this. Exorcism still going around, and GG will be called by LGD as Vici take game 1, 53 minutes in. First game goes the way of Vici in a long barn burner that maybe could have ended had it been a little bit cleaner there from Vici. Bit surprising to see the DK move to safe lane for Chalice. Somnus on the Queen of Pain, and then we've got X-Nova playing the Ogre Magi, FY on the Phoenix, Old 11 on the Mars. Continue to throw the harassment, and maybe if Ogre were to stay too low, he might end up dead. Fire Spirits will burn through DY, and it hits. It will be first blood there for FY over in the bottom lane. FY TP's mid, fills up that bottle, hands it over to Somnus. We're good to go. We're taking a lot of damage off this one. Static Link comes in. Blink breaks it. Fire Spirits. Icarus dive. Ori in trouble under the tier 1 tower, but the stun comes in from PYW as well as the Dragon Slave. Shadow Strike. Ori ends up dead. Somnus now needing to run, but can't. He'll trade his life for that of just Ori's. Somnus walks all the way back to bait. Bottom spear hit on the PYW. Meanwhile, back towards top. Look over as the Dragon Tail comes out. Back over bottom. PYW getting chased. They get the kill on the Centaur. Trying to think that maybe the Lina would die first, but I guess I was foolish to think so with the Sonic Wave coming out onto the Centaur. We at least catch one of the kills. I don't have split screen capabilities on this computer, unfortunately. I tried. DY gets hit and killed off here by Somnus, but there's the rotation from Eurus, who does have the Chronosphere. First hit bash, Chronosphere comes in, Ori with the Static Link. So Somnus now needs to leave, but unable to do so with Blink on cooldown still. Ori and DY coming over. They're smoked up. They'll head towards top. They want to get this kill here out on a Chalice. He's dead once already. He's going into the Shadow Blade next as Soaring, but there's the Static Storm committed as well as the Static Link. They've locked up Chalice. They'll continue to ride forward. Dragon Tail comes in, but they've got the Glimpse, and it looks like Chalice isn't long for this world. Ori gets the kill. 4 heroes towards top. An easy one there onto the Dragon Knight. Fire Blast out. LSA hits. And X-Nova in trouble, but the spear hits with a Sonic Wave. They'll take out Eurus. They get the kill there on a DY. That combo coming in from Old 11 as well as Somnus is a beautiful one. And trying to maintain some order in this mid lane, but it looks like they're going to lose the tower. The Supernova goes down. PYW burning out. He will finally melt. PYW's gone, and it looks like Yang next to follow, and a couple of shots coming with the Shadow Strike still on him. Somnus gets the kill. 4 dead on the side of Vici, and LGD starting to really pull away with this one. He's got the Elder Dragon form popped. Yang moving forward. He's got the Vanguard going into the hood and probably a Blink Dagger afterwards, but it'll be some time until he has the ability to close the gap with the Blink. Chronosphere committed out on to this Phoenix. They get the kill on FY. Static Storm also came through. Not certain if that's because they thought that they weren't going to get the kill while in the Chrono and didn't want him to Icarus dive away. Spear locks him to the side of the arena. They get the kill here on the Diwa with God's Rebuke. And Old 11 really starting to do work on this Mars. Well, Stampede, he eats the Laguna Blade, but Ori coming over with the Static Link. Now Old 11, he kind of just wants to die. So the damage isn't that much taken away from him, but Ori gets himself 115. Old 11 survives it with the Sonic Wave, pushing Ori far enough away. And now the Blink forward from Somnus. A highly aggressive play coming through from LGD. They've got the Supernova. They start to burn on these heroes of Vici. They hit the stun on the Mars. Now they look over at Yang. The right-click damage as well as the Supernova popping to get the stun out onto the Centaur. They've got the Static Link through on Old 11. The Plasma Field hits back and forth, but the Bulwark doing work. Sunray, blink forward, gets the kill on Ori. Now they're looking for more. Fire Blast glimpse back on Old 11, but finally get the kill here on the Mars. Eurus is in the fight. Can LGD get anything more? They've got the Elder Dragon form pop by Chalice. He comes through, looks over at DY. This should be a third for LGD. It will. And LGD now 6,000 net worth ahead. Hoof Stomp, double edge, Icarus dive away. They've got the Chronosphere down inside the arena. Do they have the damage to get the kill onto this Mars? Sonic Wave pushes them back. Stampede to get on top of this Mars once again. Old 11 ends up dead. Sunray not going to be enough. The Static Storms pop down here by DY. They take out FY. And blink away from Somnus. LGD disengage. They pop the Elder Dragon form for that, but well, they don't go attacking just yet, but they might even look to turn this around. They've got 16 seconds till the Sonic Wave is back up. Dragon Tail comes in. The big spells were already used here by the Radiant side. They get the kill on the PYW. Now they look over the clumsy net out on Yang. Ori also coming through with Static Link, but Somnus blinks back to break that leash. Dragon Tail comes out once again on a Yang. Kinetic Field is down by DY, but DY, is that going to be enough for the rest of your team to really make something going? Chalice surviving for now. The right clicks coming out from Eurus. You've got Somnus with the Sonic Wave in just a moment. The Time Walk gets that health back. They get the bashes through on X-Nova. They get the kill here onto the Ogre Magi. And now Yang trying to chase. They've got Chalice back into their grasp. Dragon Tail comes in with the buyback coming out from this Ogre. Time Walk away once again. Somnus. Now what's the countdown marker on the Sonic Wave to come in a third time through this exchange? They get the kill there on the DY, and now the LSA hits from PYW. Somnus continuing to give charge as Eurus may be looking for an opportunity to go back in. But it's actually the Mars who looks for an opportunity as well, Old 11 locks him down with the spear on the Arena of Blood. They'll get the kill on a Yang. It's Somnus who gets credit for the kill. And now 7 seconds until he's got the Sonic Wave back. They glimpse back Old 11, but nobody moving forward on that as they don't have the Chronosphere. They don't have Chronosphere to work with anymore, so the big lockdown spell is no longer there for Vici, and it won't be there for another 26 seconds. So the longer this goes on, maybe the more potential there is here for Vici to pull this game back. They are setting up like they might want to fight sometime soon, or maybe kind of catch an exit. We've got the smoke out on DY. LSA hits onto the Queen of Pain. They've also got themselves a Static Storm. The Luna Blade comes through. The Sunray keeping this Queen of Pain alive. There's the Yules, Icarus dive, as well as the Supernova in between everybody. The Arena Boy comes in. They've got the stun on the Faceless Void. and this might stun everybody on the Radiant side. It does. Can they get any damage out onto these heroes to get the kills? They finally take out DY. They look over at Ori. They'll take out the Razor. They've got themselves 2. Now they're looking for more. The LSA hits onto this Phoenix. FY stunned up. The Breathe Fire just not in time, and PYW's TP is in time and gets away from the grasp of LGD. Plasma Field comes in. They've got the stun out. Now Yang needs to leave. Ori, he just gets out of the arena. They've got the stun ray out onto Yang. Stampede trying to maybe get some help to come through. And there's the Chronosphere out onto the Queen of Pain as well as the Mars, but they got the stun out onto the Faceless Void, so he's unable to do anything within the Chronosphere. Now Sonic's moving forward the Sonic Wave. They look over at Ori. They've got themselves a spear that hits onto the tree, and they will be able to get the kill on Ori. Supernova was used by FY as that backs off the rest of the side of Vici. They've got the kinetic field down from DY once again, and Vici escape with their lives. So, go after Roche. They get the Aegis in the hands of LGD. And now this is on Somnus, who has been so effective within this game. So they take the tier 3 tower. They look to take the set of racks. And it looks to be no problem for them. Blink, Spear, God's Rebuke. It all misses. But now they've got themselves the Stampede as well as the Static Storm on top of this Mars. But the BKB from Ori is going to wear out eventually. They've got themselves the Dragon Tail coming through on a Yang. They can't even get the kill on Old 11 just yet. They'll get the kill on a Yang, and they'll take him out for 45 seconds without buyback. They'll call GG, and we'll be even at 1. Icarus dive, Supernova, as well as the Arena. They've got the stun on to both the Queen of Pain as well as the Mars, but it's not going to matter. They'll burn out DY. They'll look over at the Razor, who will stay alive as GG finally comes into effect, and we're even at 1. So LGD with a very high-paced game to take game 2 over Vici. As, I mean, the game 2 from LGD looked pretty good, and quite honestly, there were good takeaways from game 1. Somnus in the Elder Dragon form. He's level 6, just the second before Ori is, who now has that Dream Coil ready. Finally skills it up. They did get the first blood bottom onto Faceless Void. Took a look over top for a second. They got the Dream Coil as well as the Ignite. They'll get the kill here on Old 11, so they do end up trading, which usually in trades that involve the first blood end up being worth it for the team that gets the first blood, and you see a little bit of gold going advantageously to LGD. So they'll bring back this Eurus Faceless Void. Now over in the river though, Dragon Tail comes in, and this is Ori in trouble. Nothing he could do except try and turn and fight. So they get the kill there onto this puck. It's a little bit of a back and forth that doesn't lead to anybody dying just yet. Nextnova now needs to try and leave as the TP overs from Ori. So Ori here in Viz, maybe looking to throw an Illusory Orb to jump to the back lines to get the kill here onto the Silencer. They don't have the Stampede to work with. The Waning Rift comes through as well as the Chronosphere out onto 2. And is this enough damage? They've got the Silence through onto DY. Hoof Stomp. They are not getting the help from the Lifestealer, who's staying over towards top. And they're going to continue to give chase to try and get at least 1 kill on the side of Vici. They finally take out Old 11. Maybe something that you would like to go a little bit better. You use the Chronosphere. You would like to maybe kill off more than just the Centaur. Open wounds. And X-Nova coming around. Time walk onto the high ground, but now he's silenced into the hands of Somnus. They've got the stun, and he doesn't have Time Walk to work with anymore, and he'll end up dead. So Chalice gets the kill. That certainly felt if like one person had come over, they would have been able to get something out of that. But there's the Arcane Curse coming through. Bashes out onto Chalice. They do have the Chronosphere available. They will use it. Can they keep the Lifestealer alive? He can't stay up as the Illusory Orb comes across just at the last moment. And within the Chronosphere, they get the kill. entire time now, Somnus coming through with the Elder Dragon form. DY, he's stunned up. They had you ready. And they're going to look for more. They've got the Sentry Ward down on the high ground. Bramble Maze comes in. Faceless Void brambled up. They've got the stun out onto the Ogre Magi, but it's not going to be enough. The Cursed Crown, now they're looking for the Chronosphere, but the Cursed Crown actually stuns off this Faceless Void. They've got the Global Silence coming out now, and the Chronosphere committed to the Centaur. And they get the kill. The Terrorize comes in. They take out DY. Urus's Courier goes down as he's running within the fear. They'll have the Infest getting popped. The Double Edge comes through. They'll get the kill on a Urus. Now they'll look for a +1 is Yang. He shows up, maybe trying to help out the Faceless Void, but he's a little bit too late. Bramble Maze on the trees, and now you got to traverse the maze and hope that you don't get caught. X-Nova on the backlines ends up dead, but they get the kill on a Yang, and now they look over at Ori, who's trying to run away. He used that Illusory Orb to finish off X-Nova on the Silencer. But you've lost 3 heroes. For most Centaurs, when you're able to have that longer initiation come through. Get out with the Blink Hoof Stomp from more of a distance away. Somnus comes in with the Shadow Blade. They've got the Sentry down early. DUI Fire Blast. Dragon Tail hits onto DUI though. Before this, now they got the Silence as well as the Stampede getting used, but the Dream Coil comes in. They'll look for the Terrorize. They've got themselves the Chronosphere. There's the Terrorize coming in, as well as the Global Silence. So now they get the kill on the DUI. They look over at Urus. He'll time walk away. They find themselves Yang not over by himself, but the Sunray won't keep him alive. It was Ori nearby, but, well, he just needs to try and leave. X-Nova with FY near Heaven's Halberd after this Desolator. You've got Somnus moving forward on that BKB. He's been with the Shadow Blade for quite some time, sitting a little bit behind of where Old 11 is. He's going for Halberd as well. Dream Coil comes out, doesn't stop the TP over though from Chalice as well as Old 11, who will get the kill there on the Urus. They have the combination of the Infest as well as the Hoof Stomp coming through onto this Faceless Void to get the kill. Meanwhile, over bottom, use the Guardian Angel to keep this puck alive. Somnus getting chased by Yang. I don't know if that was the right decision to make, though. Now he's hit with the Terrorize as well as the Bramble Maze. He's locked down. The Fire Blast multicast out onto the Dragon Knight, but still, they can't get the kill into Somnus, and Chalice moving forward. He was within the rage for a moment. They find themselves Ori, but he phase shift and blinks away. Gets the Illusory Orb to find some distance between him and the side of LGD. Felt like it was a big deal. And that's mainly due to the fact that FY has almost neutered him within the Chronosphere. Throws down the Chronosphere. If FY is not in it, Terrorize right onto the Faceless Void, and now you're running. Not doing any damage within the Chronosphere. Infest pop. They get the kill on a Urus again with the Global Silence being used. Somnus comes over with Chalice infested in him to get the kill on the Faceless Void, and it's an 8,000 net worth lead. They're pinching on Ori for a second. They've got the Arcane Curse. Old 11 looking to line up the Hoof Stomp, but the Yules comes in from Ori, and now they've got the Heavenly Grace. So Arcane Curse gets purged off with that. They'll use the Stampede to try to cut the distance between them and Yang. They've got the Hoof Stomp now with the Double Edge and the Dragon Tail to get the kill here onto the Omni Knight, and it's 10,000 net worth lead here for LGD over Vici. So 15 to 10, LGD though, leading the way by quite a bit. Got the Shadow Blade, they have the BKB, 10 seconds available for the DK. Goes into the Shadow Blade, looks over at Yang. There's the Dragon Tail as well as the Infest game pop. Bedlam right on top of him, easy kill on a Yang. Dead Yang once again. Chronosphere is available, but again, FY ready in wait with this Terrorize. You have to hit FY to really make it matter. Bramble Maze comes out, and all of a sudden the triple cast on the Chalice gets him really low. DY loses that Courier with the Telescope on it. Now Chalice needs to heal up by hitting a couple of creeps over in the neutral camp nearby. Old 11 will be ready to jump in on this. There's the blink as well as the Double Edge coming through on a DY. Do they have the last shot? Yes, they do. So they get the kill into the Ogre Magi. Meanwhile, Urus just isn't here. He's allowing this mid-center axe to go down. Icarus Dive comes out as well as the Supernova. Now they'll look for the Chronosphere, but it's a huge whiff this time. It's not the Rubik like I screwed up in the previous game. But Urus, he completely whiffs the Chronosphere, and now it's LGD who have free reign all over the base of Vici. Oh boy. They pop the Infest. They look for the Terrorize. That's hitting onto the Phoenix. Wheels is out onto the DK, but this is looking like the beginning of the end here for Vici in game 2. They'll find the kill onto the Faceless Void. He's got buyback. The Dream Coil comes out onto 4, but it's not going to matter. CPL.GG take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-5 final. And it just never felt like Eurus got off the ground, despite the fact that he was sitting top of the net worth for his team. And, I mean, that last part was just hard to watch. So, Somnus on the Dragonite, which we've seen DK for LGD, both the hands of Somnus as well as Chalice. They've played DK 3 times already this series. And with those 3 Mars games, he's got himself a 1-1 record thus far, and we'll see what he ends up with, a 1-2 record or 2-1 record. Towards top, Pounce, leashes, a lot of damage being done by Chalice over on the Yang. They'll get first blood. Now they turn their attention over on the PYW. Can Chalice survive? He's got the salve. He'll get the double kill. Oh my. 11 Essence Shift. Stomp comes out. But X-Nova coming over with the Fire Blast as well as Pounce leashing. Ether Shock does a good chunk of damage to deter Chalice from maybe pressuring in further on that. But they've got the Shackle, and all of a sudden Chalice, you may even want to re-engage on this. Fire Blast comes in once again, doesn't have Pounce for 4 more seconds. Looks over at PYW, the Ether Shock hits. X-Nova as well as Chalice are low. They pop the salve. Chalice again, maybe thinking about turning. He's got the Pounce up once more. And now they've got the stun coming through in a Yang. Looking for the hoof stomp for the Dark Pack. Gets the kill on a Yang. And now he finds himself a second with the Pounce leashing onto PYW. And he'll get the final blows. So 3-0-1 for Chalice. 14 Essence Shift at the moment. 4 permanent agility. FY dies bottom once again. Things looking like they're going all Millhouse right now. Looking into the Blink Dagger next. We'll go over bottom to maybe work with this Dream Coil. Meanwhile, you've got Eurus at level 7. He could infest to go into Ori, maybe to make that jump. But they've got the Elder Dragon Form committed from Somnus. Now the Waning Rift comes through. They've got the open wounds, but the Shackle hits onto the puck. Now can they get the arena down? They can! The Spear hits onto Eurus. They've got the damage coming through to get the kill into the Lifestealer. Now they look over at Ori. The Dream Coil drop down on 2. Ori ends up dead as well. 2 heroes gone. They'll look for DY. Dragon Tail up in just a moment. They've got the stun onto the Shadow Demon. X-Nova here for a Fire Blast just in case it's needed. They actually want to give the kill over to Chalice so he can get himself another permanent agility. So there's the Diffusal Blade finished here for the Sark. Chalice now working on a BKB. That's going to be next. We take a look over. They've got the Shackle out onto Ori. Blink as well as the Hoof Stomp comes in from Yang, but they get the kill onto this puck. And Ori buys back. Arena gets committed by Alt 11. They drop down the Serpent Wards. Hex through onto Chalice, but now can he work on the Yang? He's infested. A lot of damage coming out onto the Sark. Chalice goes in way too far. Dream Coil now through on X-Nova. The Serpent Ward's doing a lot of damage. Eurus, has he stayed too long? They've got themselves the Fire Blast that multicast as well as the Dream Coil. They've locked him down. Can they get the Achilles into the Rage? One more shot, not going to get him down. And now they look for DY or Ori. LGD, without Chalice, maybe not as confident as they once were. Bloodlust, Elder Dragon Form committed. Somnus in the Shadow Blade, now looking over towards bottom. And Eurus hit with the Dragon Tail. Blink as well as the Hoof Stomp. That comes through, but there's the Diffusal Blade used on a Yang. They've got themselves the Pounce as well as the Leash onto the Centaur. He goes into the Shadow Dance. Can't get the kill just yet. And now looking to disengage his PSG.LGD. X-Nova hit with the Hex. Now throws the Fire Blast over onto the Centaur. Once again, they've got the Serpent Wards down, but it's going to be far away for the fight as they continue to move over towards the Tier 2. Chalice gets the kill over on a Yang. The Dream Coil hits onto 3 of these heroes. Now they've got the Dragon Tail coming out on an Ori. The Dark Pact off the stun, and now can they finish this off for LGD? They get the kill onto this onto this puck. I keep trying to call him Dream Coil. I don't know why. PYW ends up dead. They get the kill on FY. They take out Eurus, and now it's looking like everybody's going to fall. DY ends up next. Yang, who came back into this fight, well, he's speared up. Not latching on to anything. Somnus as well as Old 11. And now Chalice coming from the side with the Pounce as well as a Leash from the Pounce connecting. Jesus. Dragon Tail comes in from Somnus to help lock down the Centaur. They're shocked to clean up the creep wave. And now FY. He's over towards top. Continuing to farm. Going into the early MKB. This has been the FY build You know, go to the boots, headdress, or boots actually, it's boots, javelin, headdress, finish off the MKB. Looks like they want to fight again. They've got the shackle coming through with the dark pack being used by Chalice. They've got the hook stomp from Yang. X-Nova ends up dead. Now they've got themselves the Arena of Blood. That only hits on the DY. They get the kill on the PYW as well as X-Nova. PYW buys back immediately. They get the kill on the DY who buys back too. Dream Coil out on the Bolt the Dragonite as well as Chalice on this Slark. But they get the kill there onto the Centaur, and he bought back in the previous exchange. But now Chalice is dead. Oh, FY moving forward, takes out Eurus. He's gone for 43 seconds. Over on the edge of this fight, DY, Disruption, survives. Spirit Vessel on Asamis. They take out the DK. Now they look over at Old 11. Can he at least get the kill on a DY before he dies? No, the Shackle is there, but the Shackle shot latches the Shadow Shaman over to this puck. Demonic Purge comes through onto this Mars. And this is a back and forth fight with 10 casualties. So now Blink, Waning Rift coming out, as well as the Dream Coil, but Old 11 gets the Arena of Blood out. FY ends up dead. He's got buyback, so maybe he'll commit that. They've got the Shackle through on Old 11. Now they look over at Yang, who blinks and looks for the hook stomp. They'll get the stun out on Old 11, as well as the Serpent Ward down around Chalice, as well as this Mars. They get the kill on Eurus. He just gets melted. Now they look over at Yang. Chalice continuing to get a lot of stacks on that Essence Shift. They look now for the rest of the team, as they've got themselves 3 kills. And give me some of that Serpent Ward money. Illusory Orb coming in. Timings won't be there. Won't jaunt over, and they'll get the Aegis out on the Chalice. But pressure the tier 2 over towards top. Get this tower. Take out the last outer tower that remains here for the side of Vici. Stampede gets used as they've got the Infest inside of Yang, and now he'll pop out of it because he wants to give up the life of Yang for his own. Got Yang taking a lot of damage here. Chalice moving forward. The Shackle doesn't latch on to anything, but they get the kill regardless. They take out this Centaur. Meanwhile, Shadow Shaman taking out over towards top. He dropped the Serpent Wards for this. They've also used the Dream Coil, so they'll rotate over the Lifestealer. And now a 5v3 potentially going into the last fight. Disruption. There's that Soul Catcher. Silence comes out on a couple. Chalice moving forward. They've got the Pounce as well as the Leash. Into the phase shift, or he comes out. Now there's the kill. He's dead for 65. He's got buyback. He'll be forced to use it. Spear now hits on the DY. Look at how Chalice can just jump in and destroy these heroes. A little bit deeper. They've got the Waning Rift silencing up 3. They'll glyph up. Vici end up going right by LGD, and now they're going to pressure through mid. So they pop the Elder Dragon for him. They'll take out Somnus' Courier. Can the side of Vici hold? Double Edge as well as the Hoof Stomp. They've got the Waning Rift coming through as well as the Infest being popped. They drop down the Serpent Wards once again. They got the kill on Old 11. Dream Coil lands onto 3 of these heroes. LGD, they need to regroup for a moment. They took the tier 3. They also got themselves the melee racks. Waning Rift as well as the Illusory Orb. Look at the Shackle from a distance away, but they've got themselves the Dragon Tail. The damage comes in from Chalice, who pops the BKB, and PYW wiped off the face of the earth. There's the MKB finished. FY's got his own BKB ready to go. 10 seconds. They're head towards Roche. Looks like it could be the last fight coming in from LGD as they blink. Old 11 now. He gets Hex from quite a distance away. They've got the Pounce as well as the Leech coming through into the Shadow Demon, who disrupts himself. The BKB is going to be popped by Somnus. They'll look over at DY. They'll get the kill on the Shadow Demon to start this off. Now the Pounce over towards Yang. They have the Diffusal Blade with the Infest out on to Yang. Or out inside Yang. As LGD, they're setting up to make the final fight towards the high ground. Again, we'll see if they're able to lock this one down. Disruption comes through on the Chalice. Look over at the top tier 3. Ether Shock, Blink, as well as the Hook Stomp coming in from Yang, but they've got the Fire Bust as well as the Pounce leashing up Yang, and now he's trying to run. He's been stunned up. There goes the Spear from Old 11, locking him up onto the wall. They'll get the kill onto the Centaur. They'll get him out of this game for 65 seconds. Serpent Wards were put down to try and maybe deter the side of LGD or help out the fight for Vici in this exchange. to get the tier 3 tower. They'll use the Waning Rift. They've got themselves the Hex out onto the Sark. They'll also find the puck out of this one. And all of a sudden, Lifestealer disarmed for a moment. Tries to fight into this. There's the Blink as well as the Waning Rift. Illusory Orb coming out as well as the Phase Shift, but they're not stopping the Zedarax from going down. So Chalice just ends up a bit short of picking up this buyback, but he'll kill off a couple of Ancients and finish it off. However, 10 gold short, they get the kill. It's only the Aegis. Now he's got enough for buyback. So afforded enough time. Blink coming through as well as the arena. They've got Eurus as well as Yang locked up. They've got themselves a spear, but there's the disruption coming up from DY to save him. Onto the back line, Chalice goes with the BKB being popped. They'll go after PYW. They'll get the kill on Eurus, and now he's going to buy back immediately. They'll TP out, or at least try to on DY. Can he get out? Yes, he can. So they lose the Lifestealer. That's somehow it. And he buys back immediately. Mango's being eaten across the board. Somnus goes into the Elder Dragon form. Lotus Orb on him, keeping him safe for now. DY throwing some Shadow Poison out there, but it's not really much of a deterrent at this point in the game. Blink, Hook Stomp misses from Yang. Now, maybe the reinitiation coming in from LGD. They'll blink, they'll use the spear, they'll get him stuck over to the tower, so DY in a lot of trouble. The Serpent Ward's being committed, but it's not going to do enough damage. X-Nova pops his way out of there by killing off one of the Serpent Wards. They look over at PYW, they get the kill into the Shadow Shaman, they look over at Yang. He's infested with this Lifestealer, and he's trying to find a way to run, but he's inside the arena. They've got the Shackle coming out from FY, they get the kill on the Yang, they'll look over at Eurus, they'll take out DY, and this is looking like the beginning of the end. Or really, just the end. LGD, they've got the kill on to 4 of these heroes. They'll buy back on Ori. They're trying to defend till the end. They've got themselves the triple kill on Chalice. Now it's the ultra kill. Can he get himself the Rampage? He's looking, he's searching, he's trying to find PYW. He finally finds it before the Ancient goes down. Can he get it? Yes, he can. And that is the cap off to this grand final. LGD take it 3-2. And finally, after what feels like an eternity, LGD take the Dota 2 Professional League Season 1. Just at the end, he caps it off with that Rampage. And we are finally through with Chinese Dota Professional League Season 1.